Hello, this is the Building Consultant Show. My name is Sam Wanyoike. I'm your host. Here we seek to educate, challenge, and inspire you on your journey of construction. Today we want to talk about the process of masonry walling. So what is masonry walling? Masonry walling basically is the process of putting together building stones so that you can produce a wall. And how is this done? So that is what we want to talk about today. First, before the walling is begun, and especially once you have done your foundation, which is also done with a walling, I will specifically focus on the walls that are above ground floor. Before you first do the first course of stones above ground floor, we need to put something called the damp-proof course, or known as the damp course, so the DPC membrane that is usually put at right after the ground floor slab has been cast. This helps to prevent the walls from becoming damp from the underground water. After that has been done, then the process is begun. You first set out the first course, which is very important in order to ensure that the right allocation of spaces in the house are done. So the process of building a wall looks pretty easy, but unfortunately it is very, very sensitive, because there are several things that you need to put into consideration before you have your wall done right. First thing is that the wall needs to be vertically plumb. We talk of vertically aligned. This is done using a plumb line. Besides the vertical alignment, you need to have one face that is horizontally aligned, and the horizontal alignment is achieved by using a thread that is tied from one end to the other, and then all the other stones will be aligned from that face. Of course, the stones would come with varying sizes, even if it is the same size, but there will be some small differences, and that can be seen on the other side of the face. But to ensure your work is done right, you need to more or less focus on one face. The other consideration that you need to know is that when you are building your wall, the stones are put together using what we call the mortar. The mortar is a combination of sand, cement mixed with water. The mortar needs to be not to be very wet, so that it does not become liquid. It just needs to be just wet to be able to allow the bonding of the stone. The mortar actually is used to bond the stones together. So how is the mortar prepared? The mortar is prepared by mixing 1 part of cement to 3 parts of sand, and you need to ensure that the water is not too much, so that the mortar is not too fluid, if I would say that. Whenever you are doing the construction, ensure that you do not put so much mortar between the stones. Ensure you do not put so much mortar between the stone. This is done by providing for about 1 inch of mortar in between the stones, both vertical and also the horizontal. This might not be the case for foundation walling, because the foundation stones would, because of their irregular shape, they may require a bigger thickness of mortar. The other thing that is very important is to note is that the wall will be done in such a manner that the vertical joints are not straight. You do not avoid vertical joint of stones. This is achieved by alternating the vertical joints, and leaving a distance of about 100 millimeters, or 4 to 5 inches between the vertical joints. This will ensure that the wall is not weak. In the situations where you have two walls that are perpendicular to each other, meeting, then there is what we call toothing. Toothing will be done by having the first layer, having the wall on one face complete on the first layer and the other face complete on the second layer. That is done alternatively like that until you reach to the top of the course. So this helps the two walls that are meeting together to bond properly and ensure that they are firm. That is it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Kindly subscribe and like our videos in order to continue to receive more. Thank you.